Good evening and Merry Christmas, everyone. We're starting tonight with a check on the weather. Another chilly day is on the way tomorrow, but Jeff, what can we expect?
Well, believe it or not, now that it's night, we are tracking a few flurries. We were this close. A few flurries today. I saw what's called virga, which is literally snow aloft, or rain, it depends, precipitation aloft, in other words, that doesn't make it down to the ground because of the very dry air. We had a lot of that this afternoon, and now we're seeing more of it out here in Central Virginia. Nobody's reporting any snow out there. There's a slight chance still as we go through the later evening, early part of the overnight, that we could see a little bit of a snowflake here and there. The odds are pretty low, but as you can see, there is stuff to track out there. Better chance coming up in the extended forecast. More in that in a minute. Right now, 36 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest, but look at that air. Very, very dry. The dew point at 12, so the humidity is extremely low. Near the coastline tonight, we're going to get down into the upper 20s. At 4 o'clock, will be about 30. By 6 o'clock, we should be about 28, and then we'll start rising back up and be about 39 degrees at noon. So if you're going back to work tomorrow, not going to be a day you're wanting to take too much of a walk out there at lunchtime. You talk about inland areas, and it's going to get down at least into the mid-20s tonight, and then again tomorrow start to warm up a little bit. But here's the big news you're going to be following here throughout the week. 40s tomorrow, but 30s the rest of the week. So cold. Lows way down in the 20s, plus a wind chill a lot of nights. Chance of mixed precipitation, though, coming in Wednesday. It'll likely stay south of us, but snow is likely for parts of the region New Year's Day. We will talk about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Well, today, many people took a break from their busy lives to spend time with family. And as they welcome the holiday spirit all over Hampton Roads, the Ghent community wanted to make sure all of their neighbors' wishes and hopes were heard. A 13 News Now reporter Chanu Her shows us how a woman in the neighborhood did just that.
Every year for Christmas, people have a wish list. It can range from anything like iPhones to clothes or anything along those lines. But here in Ghent, the wish list on this tree is a little bit different. On a cold and quiet Christmas day in Ghent, few people roamed Colley Avenue, trading the busyness of city life for an easy day with loved ones.
And to me, it's just that sense of family.
And in this Ghent community,
hi, Bruce.
Hi, did you get my note?
I did.
Leave it up to Mariella Mitchell.
It fits right in with Ghent.
To make everyone feel like family.
It was just a community thing.
When a friend was ready to dump this tree a few days before Christmas, Mariella took it instead. And right here on the corner of Colley and Baldwin, she set it up.
Be kind, live in the light of honesty.
Leaving her Christmas hope with it.
And do no harm. It's a simple way to live.
Her wish got the ball rolling, and in just a few days, the Christmas wishes and encouragement kept coming.
There's no war on Christmas when Christmas is in your heart. And funny ones like never pet a burning dog. I'm not sure what that means. I mean,
it didn't matter how funny or obscure each message was, the theme of kindness and peace stuck out.
Be kind, pay it forward. That's what it's about. I think it's probably needed now more than anything, you know.
This holiday season, Mariella hopes needs are met and joy spreads.
I knew it would catch on. I knew people would contribute.
In Norfolk, Chanu Her, 13 News Now.
And now that the holiday is just about over, what do you do with that tree if you got a real one? Well, many communities across Virginia and here in Hampton Roads are offering recycling programs. Now, in most cities, you can leave your tree at the curb with the rest of your garbage on your scheduled pickup day. Now, of course, you have to take off all the decorations, but some cities even let you take them directly to the landfill. Now, from there, they'll be turned into mulch. Well, if you burnt your Christmas turkey and needed a place to eat today, you probably realized pretty quickly there weren't a lot of options. Well, Megan Shin hit the streets to see which businesses kept their doors open on this holiday.
On Christmas Day, the streets are lined with businesses with their lights out.
We drove all the way down to the downtown Norfolk.
Navy sailor Nathaniel Guzman and his roommate say that's how they ended up here.
It was the only thing open that we could find.
Dressed up at IHOP.
We don't have families here, so we have each other and you might as well dress up, right?
And they're not the only ones on the search for food on Christmas Day.
Nobody really wanted to cook, so have somebody cook for you. It was really nice.
Cars packed the restaurant's parking lot. And the Sanders family says dealing with the crowd is worth not having to cook for the first time.
Opening presents and eating pancakes.
Others at Denny's say dining out is their tradition.
We don't cook breakfast on Christmas morning because we do so much cooking all through the night.
Liking it so far.
Wonderful.
It's relaxing. And if you don't want to wait for the long lines for food, you can go ahead and stop at Starbucks to get a nice cup of joe.
Obviously, there's not many places that are open right now.
This Navy sailor says he's happy the coffee shop is open and he could see his barista wife on her break.
That's actually where we met, so it's always had a special place for us.
It's also where his newborn son is celebrating his first Christmas too.
It's been a blessing. I couldn't ask for more.
So on this holiday with so many lights out,
Definitely a memorable Christmas.
there are still a few open doors ready to serve you on Christmas Day. In Norfolk,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Megan Shin, 13 News Now.
And President Trump has kept up with all things Christmas while he's staying at his resort in Florida for the holidays. But he wasn't taking a break from politics. ABC's Kenneth Moten reports from West Palm Beach.
President Trump is surrounded by family this Christmas after a few rounds of golf and Twitter attacks this weekend. Overnight, President Trump attended Mass in South Florida. The commander-in-chief also spoke to the troops by video conference on Christmas Eve from his Mar-a-Lago resort.
Wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas.
The President and First Lady also made calls to children from across the country to ask them what toys they wanted for Christmas. Trump also delivering a Christmas message to the American people.
Today and every day, we're incredibly thankful.
It was golf with friends for the president over the weekend and Twitter attacks against the media and FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. Trump has accused McCabe, who's reportedly retiring in March, of bias during the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Lawmakers on both sides have been concerned about the president's increasing attacks on the FBI, worried he will take aim at Robert Mueller, the special counsel in the Russia investigation. The president appears to be on a Twitter high after his first major legislative victory, delivering tax cuts for Christmas. Trump signed that $1.5 trillion tax bill into law before leaving Washington. The president tweeted, "What an incredible year we had. Don't let the fake news convince you otherwise, and our insider polls are strong." The president likely not happy with other polls that have his approval ratings in the low 40s heading into the new year. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, President Trump also took to Twitter this holiday weekend to address the so-called war on Christmas. He posted, "People are proud to be saying Merry Christmas again. I am proud to have led the charge against the assault of our cherished and beautiful phrase, Merry Christmas." Some people believe the war on Christmas began when retail stores started using the phrase Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. When he campaigned, the president promised to bring back the phrase. But he's not the first president to say Merry Christmas. In fact, Presidents Obama, Bush, and Clinton all said it when in office. And new tonight, we've learned you can watch the lot draw to decide an important House of Delegates race in real time. The Richmond-based public television station will broadcast the decision between Newport News delegate David Yancey and his challenger, Shelley Simmons. Well, last week, a recount gave Simmons a one-vote victory. But just a day later, a three-judge panel ruled to award a disputed ballot to Yancey, meaning the race for the 94th district is now tied. Now it'll come down to whose name gets drawn. That will happen Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Now, if Simmons wins, the House of Delegates will be split 50-50 between Democrats and Republicans for the first time in decades. The new information tonight in a shooting that injured two Northern Virginia sheriff deputies. A man is now being charged with attempted capital murder. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office says Douglas Johnson Jr. got into a fight with his adult daughter. Now, when deputies tried to de-escalate the situation, they say Johnson reached for a gun. We're told deputies tased him, but as he was being apprehended, investigators say he fired several shots and struck two deputies. Both of those deputies are in stable condition tonight.